Hey, welcome back to Pragmatic Bodybuilding, guys. So today I'm going to take you guys through my chest and arm workout. I'm going to start off walking on the treadmill here for about 5-6 minutes just to elevate the body temperature a little bit, get myself ready to start training. And as I'm on this treadmill, I'll probably touch on my prep, give you guys a pretty good update. But before I dive into all that, I first just want to say I really do appreciate all the support. Last week's video, you guys were great in the comment section, very respectful, very kind. Again, I do appreciate that. And just a big thank you to keeping everything, very positive. But let's go ahead and, get this thing moving. As far as the prep update, so, coming off my family vacation, told my wife I got to get after it. That's exactly what I did last week. So I was on point with everything, like my nutrition, probably the best week of dieting I've had with this prep, 100% just on lock. And right now, what I'm targeting is roughly 1,700 calories. And I know that's kind of low for a guy my size, but it is what it is. Like, in order for me to lose roughly a pound per week, I need to get my calories down to about 1,700, 5 to 6 days out of the week. I need to have my step count around 10,000. That's what's going to generate progress for me. And I don't get overly hungry. Like, I feel it a little bit, but as far as hunger, you have to expect it. When you're dieting, when you're contest prepping, it's part of the process. And I typically don't spend too much bandwidth on hunger as far as trying to combat it. I'll be a little strategic as far as making sure that I'm spreading my meals out, eating good, sources of food, as far as, making things that are, in a sense, a little higher volume, and they're going to keep me a little more satiated. But as far as like spending a lot of time and energy, trying to eliminate hunger, and I know that's not going to be a reality. I'm always going to deal with some type of hunger. Of course, I don't want it to get extreme. So dealing with a little low-level hunger, I'm all good with that. I have one refeed a week, and calories anywhere between 23 to 25, 2,600 calories, somewhere in that ballpark. And what I try to do is just have the extra calories coming from carbohydrate. So that way it's going to replenish glycogen. It's going to fill me out a little bit. It's going to help out with performance. And I try to have that refeed on a non-training day, particularly on the weekends, just because I'm a little more social. I have more food to navigate, meals out with the family, that type of thing. And again, step count, 10,000. When I start riding my bike, I won't worry about trying to equate the calorie burn between the treadmill and the bike. I just look at it as I'm spending 1 hour a day with some type of activity. So in the mornings, I'm doing this for an hour, or I'll be out riding my bike for an hour. And I just track it in that fashion. And as long as I'm consistent either way, if I do need to modify the activity level, then I can just do it, with time. But that's how I go about my activity. But yeah, last week was a very strong week. As far as my body weight, it's been trending down. I came back from vacation. It was 190. I can tell it's a little bit inflated because, I was enjoying vacation a little bit. And now I've been hitting 186, 187 in that ballpark. And there is definitely a downward trend because visibly I'm seeing a little bit of changes. So yeah, things are rolling with prep. Once I start getting into the 170s, that's where I start to look more like a bodybuilder, and that's where I gain more confidence to start showing the physique more. Like right now, I'm just too soft, and I'm not comfortable like taking my shirt off and showing you guys. There's no reason for me to do that because all this is going to do is create a little bit of stress for me. I just want to make the process itself feel as comfortable as possible. I think that's super important, that we're enjoying our journeys as much as possible. But anyways, it's almost 7 minutes here. So I'm gonna get off this thing and my body temperature is a little bit elevated. So we'll get off and we'll start hitting up that first exercise for chest. Rock one in position, be very stable with it. Get these dumbbells set. Again, I'm going to, go a little on the slower side. I don't know how many seconds it's taken to get down, but I'm thinking of just fighting gravity. And on the way up, I'm using some force, but I'm not using 100% force. Like, I'm holding back just a little bit. And again, that's helping to protect my shoulder joints, in particular the right one, because that one just gets really pissed off if I'm not careful with it. So again, keeping these dumbbells, basically close to my torso. And it's getting a little bit harder now. There we go. All right, I might got one more. Let's see. So the main thing is I'm trying to maintain control and not letting the pain get to me, because it does hurt a little bit, but I don't want to express that pain. I want to keep that fire within and keep that energy right where I want it. And as you guys can see, I'm talking through this shit, and it's hard, but I'm maintaining my composure. Definitely couldn't have got another rep, but let's go ahead and get this set going. And again, I'm more focused on the control, controlling the negative, controlling the concentric a little bit. Again, not using 100% force, not to piss off my shoulders. And what's interesting is that even though I'm purposely slowing the concentrics, they do get harder as I go. And naturally, the harder it gets, the more force I have to apply to keep that dumbbell moving, even though it's slowing down. So I know I'm recruiting plenty of muscle fiber. And again, as long as I'm going close enough or to failure, that's it. I'm getting the stimulus that I need. Oh yeah, that's hard. I think one more. So pay attention to my face. I'm not losing focus or poise, even though it's hard as shit. There we go. Those are 2 good sets. Same principles on the flat press, keeping these dumbbells more centered to my torso, not letting them fly out too far for that stability. And again, I'm controlling the load. Slower eccentrics, not 100% force on the concentrics, obviously enough to move the weight, but I'm controlling that rep speed just enough so keeps me on the safer side. And the goal, of course, is to get to failure or very close to it to ensure I'm getting that stimulus. And I might have one more in me. Get it, get it, get it. Oh, that's hard at the top. There we go, got it. Back up. And to be honest with you guys, 3 sets for chest so far, and I don't even know if I would really even need this set, to be honest. My chest is feeling pretty pumped, as is my shoulders and triceps, but just the fatigue I'm feeling in those muscle groups, it's definitely up there. I'm gonna get after it here. I'm gonna do one more set, get as close to failure or to failure, and try to do it as composed as possible. So even on the way down, maintaining that control. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all about that control. It's also about controlling the mind, not focusing on pain or the burn, but focusing on intention, moving this weight as clean as possible and with as much force as possible under control. There we go. Yep, it's hurting, but we're gonna fight for this last one. Up. Yep, got it. Got it. Control. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gonna lie, guys, I'm feeling tired after 4 hard sets, pretty much to failure. I'm feeling it. But yeah, I just want to have that intention on, training hard. I don't want to just say, okay, I'm tired, I'm just gonna go easy. So I'm still gonna get after it. But this is gonna be my only set on this movement because my triceps are already lit up from 4 sets of hard pressing. So it's not gonna take much here, just 1 hard set. I'm gonna go to failure. I don't think I'm gonna get that many reps either because I'm going a little heavier on this. I really need 25-pound dumbbells. I've only had 20 and 30s. So I'm choosing to go with 30s and go lower reps versus 20 and then have to go really high reps, which I'm not a big fan of. So I'm gonna keep this one a little on the lower side. Might get 1 more if I can muster it. Again, maintain. Nope, that's it. Good set. Say hi.
Hi.
You're in the video this week. So this is one of the main reasons why I do a bro split. He's probably like, what's a bro split? But let's just say that allows us to have more father-son time. And that's pretty good. That's 50 pounds. Let's see if I can do that. Oh yeah.
I'm trying to go all the way down.
Oh, okay. Control it though. That's pretty good, but you got to do a press down with your tricep. There you go. So we got 1 set of rope press down here. Again, triceps are feeling it. We have 4 indirect sets from the pressing, 1 direct set on the French press, and then we have 1 set here. So in a sense, that's kind of like 6 sets for triceps. So they're pretty much going to be smashed after this. All right, again, we're going to go to failure. Going to keep good control. And on this one, not really purposely slowing rep speed down on the concentric. I'm using a lot of force here. This one doesn't cause any discomfort as far as my joints. So this one's going to be a little bit more normal cadence. And goal is still the same though, like to maintain good form, standardizing it from A to B. And the only thing that should change throughout the entirety of a set is the rep speed. So as I get closer to failure, you're going to notice it's going to start slowing down. And of course, it's going to hurt more. But I'm not going to try to purposely, hitch or leverage to move it. Just let the triceps do all of the work. I'll pause here for a second at the top where I can rest a little bit, and then I will squeeze out 1 more. Under control. There we go. That's it. 1 good set. My son is on the way to karate, so I literally have about 8 minutes before I have to take him to karate. Mom is getting a break today, so we split time taking him to karate. So Mondays she takes him, and then Tuesdays and Fridays it's my time to take him. And usually I try to get my workouts done before taking him, but I'm doing this video for you guys and it does require a little more time. So I need to make sure I'm getting the last little bit of work in before I take him. And to make sure it's effective, what I'm going to do is myo reps on the dumbbell curls as well as with the hammer curls. So I can get enough work in less time, trying to rush, or I'm not stressing, trying to do my fatherly duties. You're just going to notice that my dumbbell curls is kind of like a hybrid. It's kind of like a hammer and a normal curl all into one. Or in a sense, kind of like rest pausing. So I'm gonna bang out as many reps as I can here, going till I can't do anymore. So to failure. Same approach I take with all the other exercises. Lots of control, just letting the intended musculature do the work, no leveraging, no hitching, no momentum, and we'll go to failure with control. So we're getting there. Starting to feel that a bit. As you'll notice, rep speed slowing down. That's what we want. And that's not purposely. It's just naturally happening because it's getting harder. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna rest here. Take a couple good deep breaths. And we'll go again. Maybe two. I'll rest here again. Kind of taking a loose grip at the bottom here so I don't torch my forearms too much. All right, we'll go again. Take a couple good breaths again. And here we go. And that's it. That was good. Just like last week, I appreciate you guys sticking all the way to the end, supporting me, keeping everything nice and positive. And, if you have questions, comments, just go ahead and drop them below and I'll be happy to interact with you guys. Last set, this is gonna be just straight up hammer curls this time. Again, nice and controlled. And we're gonna take it to failure and do my reps at the end. And I'll be there. Last set, we leave. So he's checking on me, wants to make sure that we're not late. Definitely don't want to be late to his class. Got to be responsible, be on time. There we go. All right, take a couple of good breaths. Maybe one more, because my arms are done already. Oh, that's it. I'm cooked. So again, you go to failure on your sets. Might not need as much volume as you're currently doing. So if you want to become a little more efficient, maybe go a little higher intensity.